call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai, Brakat Yahweh, Brakat Yahweh Shai, the water, Kabah, Kal Kadash. I'd like to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teaches truth, the 100% truth, according to the Bible. The title of this lesson today will be, Who Are They? We hear so often spoken of. And you hear a lot of people always talking about they. They're they're doing this, they're conspiring to do that. They're the ones that contaminating our food. They're the ones that taking the jobs away. They're the one that bringing drugs and guns into the neighborhoods. They're the ones that's devaluing the dollar. They're the ones that's leading us to war. Now, who is they? They often say they, but they won't give specifics. And that's that kind of gives a good indicator of who they are, because they're those people that you can't really call out. You can't really speak their name. And you often hear, either other Edomites, they come out here and they'll say they. Jake, we'll say they. They is the evil ones, man, that's spoken of in the Bible. That's who they are. The ones that, who control the media, who controls who controls the governments, man. Governments all over the world. And when you speak out and say anything against them or they, you're going to be ostracized. You're going to be, you're going to lose. You may even be locked up. You're going to be banned. Your channel's going to be locked out. And as of now, my other channel is locked down, man. And I try to be very specific in what I'm saying, not try to get caught up in the algorithm, and so I try to be real sincere in what I'm saying, just to try to avoid that, but still, here I am with another strike on that channel, and that channel is shut down, So, this basically is the truth going out, and they are the ones that don't want this truth coming out, So, Lord will, man, we have to endure. The Lord has a control over everything, so we just have to rest on our faith in our Lord, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah. I want to start off in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So he covered up the faces. Who is that cover up the faces of the judges, man? Have painted over these images of our forefathers, and repainted these images where they were whitewashed. These iconoclasm. It goes back to the Dark Ages when they came through with the iconoclasm, and they painted over the images. Well, here recently, the Lord did a great reveal. He had Putin unveil these from the bring out these images, man, that were saved, that were preserved of true men and women of the Lord, man. And they were all melanated, So the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. So the wicked is the one that's controlling the earth right now. That's the ones that cover the faces of the judges, and those are the ones that make the rules, and those are the ones that you can't speak about or speak on. You speak on them, they're gonna, they're gonna shut down your channel, and and eventually they're gonna start locking you Jakes up. The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, an ambassador sitting among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Now, who is the ambassadors amongst the Gentiles? It's Edom. And out of Edom, there's a chief group amongst them, and that's the Amalekites. So right now, Edom is ruling the whole earth, man. He's the last rulership. He's going to be the last ruler over our people. Book of Genesis, chapter 36, verse 16. Gadam, Amalek. These were the chiefs descended from Eliphaz in Edom. They were grandsons of Adah. So Amalek is the chief amongst the Edomites. Just like in Judah you have 12 tribes. Just like in Israel you have 12 tribes, and Judah being the chief amongst the 12 tribes, of Israel. And that's where Amalek is of all the Edomites. Amalek is some small hat people, that's over there portraying to be us. That's that's pretty much these Gettys, DuPonts, these Rockefellers. These are the ones, they're the small hatters that pretty much ruling the earth. And got the earth right now sown in wickedness and iniquity. The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 5, I'm going to read on down through 9. They were driven forth from among men. They're talking about they again. Who were they? They cried after them as a thief, to dwell in the clefts of the rock, of the valleys of the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Now am I their song, yea, I am their byword. So, and same as it is today, man. You see, wherever they go and reside and try to commandeer the land, which we know as colonizing, they're going there and they bring all type of iniquity. The people who inhabit those lands are going to be devalued. They're going to take all their resources. They're going to poison them through the food, through the water, and just do all type of vile things amongst those people. And that's why people have always gathered together and ran them out of their lands, man. Because this man is a thief. He's nothing but a thief. He's he rapes, robs, and steals, man. That's what he's known for. That's his MO. And once people kind of realize and wake up and get past his craftiness and they realize who he is, they end up gathering, they end up running them out of their countries. Because the man means no good, even though he come humbling himself and seeming to be innocent, but the whole time he's always planning in his mind how he's going to undermine you. And we have great evidence of that, when Cristobal Colon came over here to the Americas, and man, what he did to the inhabitants. The inhabitants, being nice to him, they fed him and his people, kind of cut them out of a portion of the land. The whole time this man was looking at them as being weak, and how he can conquer them and turn them into slaves and take everything that they had, man. So it's a classic MO, man, of these devils, man, of how they get down. Going to go to St. John chapter 14, verse 30. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of this world cometh, and he hath nothing in me. So right now, who's the prince of this world, man, is Esau, Edom, and Amalek being the chief tribe. That's the one that calls all the rules, man, who makes all the rules. Those are the ones that's got this whole world right now into a chokehold. And he's not giving up, even though he has all the resources and everything. This man is not going to give up, man. He's going to implement even further by putting you more into captivity, by bringing you into the MOTB, the mark of the beast, man. He's going to start locking you jakes up if you're not going to take that mark, which he can totally control you and your whereabouts and what you do through his systematics and controls, man. So the devil is not going to give up to the Lord come and put a stop to him. And no man is going to be able to stop him, man. This thing is spiritual amongst us. We're going to have to call on our spiritual power to take this man, bring this man down. The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And right now, mainly our people, but not really the whole world, but everybody's mourning up under this devil's rulership, man. The whole earth is right now is in a chokehold. You know, the earth is being polluted, the skies are being polluted, the water, all these things, man, has been, done by this devil being in rulership. Everything is crying out. Birds are falling out the skies. Fish are dying. The whales are beaching themselves. You know, there's all type of things going on in the world up under this man's rulership. The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 3 and 4. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Now, who are they? That's they again. That's these rulers, man. They're very crafty in what they do. They come up with laws and ways of systematically destroying our nation. You know, they done it with the Rosewood thing. You know, how they orchestrated those events to bring us into break up our communities, man. Bring us up under their rulership. You know, even after they so-called released us from slavery. Then once they got us under their rulership, then they crafted laws that, prevented the man from being in the home of his family. They separated the men and the women. Therefore, they could come and spoil the man and his goods, man. Spoil all his goods, talking about his wife and his kids. And now you see the condition of our people in what they are in today. So this man is crafty is what he's doing. Those laws that he created were to destroy our people. Those three strike laws that he implemented, which he orchestrated the whole event by taking away the jobs, bringing in crack cocaine into the communities, and then pouring in the guns. Then he just sat back and lit the match, man, watched the whole place, burn up. Then once it burned up, then people cried for relief. Then he comes in with his 3 strike laws and took all the fathers and locked them up, gave them life sentences. And therefore you had a whole generation raised without any type of leadership. But all these things are because, we turned our back on our Father. And now we coming back into this truth. We're talking about the elect men, women, and children of Israel. We're coming into this truth. And the Lord is going to lead us out of this catastrophe, man. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 9. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied on the earth. And you go to First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 9, that goes back into the time of Alexander the Great, or we like to call him Alexander the Freak, once he conquered, pretty much conquered the known world during that time. When he died, he died after the age of 33. He had 4 generals, man. And those 4 generals, man, they were wicked as hell. And that's when they came in, Antiochus and the other generals, they came in and increased wickedness upon the whole earth, man. That's when they came in and forced us away from our laws, statutes, and commandments. They would put you to death if you were practicing our laws, man. And so that's where we get us becoming Gentiles, We became Gentiles. So by the time Yahushua came on the scene, talking about so-called Jesus Christ came on the scene, when you go into Paul, they had to bring our people back in that that became Gentiles amongst the heathen. So that's the Gentiles that's spoken of. We're going to bring the Gentiles back into the flock. The grafting of the olive tree. You have to be of Israel in order to be able to be brought back into this truth. So, salvation is not for these other nations. It's only for Israel. So Israel was scattered about amongst these other nations, like I said, during the time of Antiochus and them, they forced our people to separate from our religion, and therefore we became like Gentile state of mind, which we have today. Look at our people now. They follow all these Greek organizations through college, through their colleges, sororities, and stuff like that. You have a lot of our people practice, the customs of the Gentiles. These wicked holidays, these pagan holidays, really. Worshiping these other demigods. So our people are really Gentiles. Those of us, when we came into this truth, we were Gentiles until we received this truth. We were wicked as hell, man. And we still trying to purge all that filthiness out of our system, because, we have to be deprogrammed. Because this man, like I said, he's crafty in what he does, man. He's very crafty. So he had got together with the other nations, man. Told us that we were not Israel, that we were the Gentiles, that they were the holy ones. And it was just really a whole mind fuck on our people, man, and to convince them that we were the dregs of society, that and they that we the lowest of the low, and really come to find out that we are the Lord's chosen people, man. We are the ones that's being spoken of, and the Lord tells you in the Bible, that we're the ones that's going to be low, and all these other nations going to look down on us. And until the Lord comes back and gather us up, we're going to remain that way. Not the ones that was brought over there, the 48ers that were took over there in our homeland. Right now they rule us. So how in the hell they need salvation, which they are ruling the whole earth? They have the whole earth in their hand. They control all governments in all these other nations. Going to go to Prophet Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And who's the hammer of the earth that they describe, that Jeremiah is describing, man? It's Esau Edom. He's the hammer of the earth, and the Lord has used him as the whipping stick on these other nations, mainly our people, Israel, these so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We're going to go to Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her, and they shall see the smoke of her burning. So it's talking about, when the Lord comes back and bring this devil, takes Esau Edom out of his power, man. And who are the kings of the earth? Those are these rulers of the earth, mainly Amalek, who's ruling the whole earth right now. But the Lord bring out a power, man, because all of them have made money and gain and wealth through her. These kings of the earth, they're going to be crying over her, but the people in whole are going to be rejoicing, man, because she has had a stranglehold on all these other nations. So the Lord's going to come back and going to destroy Babylon the Great, that whore that sits upon the beast, and the beast is the system. But Babylon the Great is America, man. That's that filthy whore that's spread wickedness and iniquity throughout the whole world. Right now, with the LGBTQ, and it continues, the acronym continues to go on, because she's the wicked of the land. And also I want to add to this lesson too, a dream that I had last night, and more about insurrection. And in this dream, it's not a whole lot of detail to it, but I just want to kind of hit this part. But it was a lot of the northern tribes gathered together, and they was just going on an attack. They have all type of weapons of war. They were putting people to death. it was kind of crazy how it was so organized and how they would come together with their forces. And talk about the northern tribes, and then eventually all the tribes are going to come together. But I think it's going to start off, with this insurrection, man. It's going to be northern tribes going against the southern tribes, and then Esau, Edom, and then everybody's going to get together and just have a pretty much a free fall on each other. And that's talking about the wicked 2/3 of our people as well. But those of us that's in this truth, man, we look for salvation. We're going to be delivered out of it, man, in the times of Jacob trouble. We look to the Lord, say, don't worry, don't have any fear, because He's going to guide us out of these times that, that's coming amongst us, man. And you can see everything's building up. This man, through his craftiness, he's putting all these things together. But he don't know that the men of the Lord, man, we're going to be protected. We're going to be steered out of it. So with that being said, man, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah. Pray this lesson is edifying. With that, let's say shalom.